tick.
Well, good Sunday morning. This morning, if you were paying attention, if you watched the stream last night, I superfilled the cowl line, the joining of the cowl line. Well, I gotta tell you, a lot of guys on YouTube hide the mistakes. I'm not gonna do that. Yesterday it was suggested by my buddy to use the packing tape or the clear masking tape, clear tape to line the cowl before superfill. Well, that's all well and good. However, when it comes time to take it off, hey Craig, when it comes time to take it off, it's impossible to get off. So, I broke the cowl getting it apart. Fortunately, it was an easy fix. Just push it back together and CA it. But the lines, the cowl liner itself looked hideous. It was terrible. So, shoot. What I did was, I put more superfill on the cowl, and instead of putting the tape on this, I put the tape on this, so that the sticky side was down, and then put it back on and let it dry. So if you're going to do that method using the tape, make sure you put it on the cowl, not on the fuselage. So we're just cleaning this baby up today. I don't mind sharing my mistakes, because if I make them, I can always get out of them. But you, on the other hand, may or may not be able to get out of them. And it's really not a life-threatening thing. You just build a new cowl if necessary. But I didn't want to build a new cowl, so I just glued it back together and redid it. And this is hard stuff here. I make mistakes, and lots of them. But the trick is to know how to get out of them. Okay, so that screw went on the floor, of course. And you don't want to do much sanding on this unless you're gonna put another layer on, so we don't want to do that, don't want to move it, because it's a perfect cowl fit. Hey Craig. Yeah, mistakes are part of the game. So let's put this on here. We're gonna clean up the other side. And put the screw in. You know what? Let me get the right screws for it instead of putting the wrong screws in and out every time. Come on. Yeah. The shorties, half inchers. I don't need that. So, let me recap this. With the tape on the fuselage, the tape was down this way. The superfill was on the cowl. It would not break loose. I had to get a pry bar on it. And I broke the cowl right there. It just exploded. But so the fix was, after it was broken, to mix a new batch of superfill, put it on this, put the tape on top of the cowl, and then bolt it back on. And it came out real nice. And I'll show you that here in a second. Get in there. What the heck? Them ain't long enough. I gotta go through the moving of this shit again. We use the 3/4. See if these, no. Try these. Okay. These gotta be longer. Yep. Okay, now if you look at this cowl line, 0 clearance. That's the way we like it. Now on this side I gotta block sand this flat. It's got a lip of about 32nd of an inch. So in order to start out, I already sanded the other side. In order to start out in the right direction, I take my 40 grit here and we'll square all that stuff up. Then we can stand it to shape. I'm gonna have to do some work on the back of the cow too. I might take it over to John's and sand that square on his disc sander, or when I take it home to St. Louis maybe. Still feel it. Keep sanding. Almost. Now these YouTube channels that don't show any mistakes are not realistic. Because there's a shit pile of mistakes made. Almost. Okay, we got that flattened out. Now we can shape it. A little bit right there, yeah. I wonder if I need to make a new bottom too. Yep, I need to make a new bottom. Let's see how this works. I think we'll leave this back half until I get a bottom made. Now this is all in the mind's eye. I mean, I can show you how I do it, but so many people, you know, there's so many different shapes that my shaping won't look like yours. You can hear that sandpaper dragging over the high spot. Technically you want to sand it until you can't hear that high spot. I'm just grinding on it now to get it roughed in. Come back open-handed with some 80. This is 40 grit. I wish I had my 36. Be faster. Okay, let's get some 80. This is pretty aggressive. I'm hoping that when I show you these builds Now, this is my own design airplane here, so there's no right way or wrong way for me to do this. I'm hoping that when I show you this stuff, that you'll realize all you need is a set of numbers. You don't need a set of plans. You do what you think your mind, what your mind thinks looks right. And trust me, if it looks right, it probably is. If you're a new builder, try to copy somebody that's a better builder than you. I mean, because their airplane's more than likely right. Try to emulate Bob Hunt or Ted Fancher, Paul Walker. The shapes, the construction methods. But I don't know how much longer we got left to do this. Okay, here's another thing on shape. This block is glued to this block. If you look at where the glue joint is right here, try to make it symmetrical. So I know that I've sanded more on this side than I have on this side. So now we'll go to this side and bring it around so it looks the same. And this stuff doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, it just needs to be close so it's not a glaring error. You're not building a watch. A little high right there. High in here. We'll get it close to this nose ring, and then I'll put the motor in it with a spinner on it, sand the top to the contour, and then try to fit the cowl on. I need the outside shape before I can grind the inside. Or close to shape. getting there. About another 100 hours. This airplane's almost ready to fly. All I gotta do is finish the fuselage, put it together, cover it, paint it. It's only 10 minutes work. If you look here, you see how far back it's sanded here and how far back it's sanded here? That way you know the nose is symmetrical. I'm looking at the glue lines. You know, but they're, no matter how much I show you how I do this, there are people who cannot see symmetry or can't see shape. So, do like what I did yesterday when I was over at John's. Here, look at this. Here, what do you think? Here, try to sand on it. There's nothing wrong with that. And if somebody says there is, they're full of BS. Helps to have a good light to candle. You can see the shadow. I can see that shadow line right there. Now I don't want this flat up here. A little flat is okay, but a lot flat is ridiculous. Need to whittle this down to an ounce. So. Go back here. 28 minutes. So in an hour I'll have it pretty much roughed in shape. Dent there. 9 watchers. 9 gluttons for punishment. Be careful. Be careful. Let's see here. Be careful. Okay, we're pretty much close to roughed in. We need to go to the 180 paper. Start getting out the big scratches. Really got a deep scratch there. But it's all fiberglass, so it doesn't matter. This, switching to the 180 or the finer grit sandpaper will show you the shape of it. You know, roughing it in is kind of a guess. But when we sand it with this finer sandpaper, it'll make those lines more predominant, the glue lines. Of course, no matter what I show here, and when I stop sanding, it'll get sanded 2-3 more times. Just the nature of the beast. I can't believe my sanding videos are the most popular videos. It just blows me away. You know, I find sanding very soothing. It's very therapeutic. But I don't know that I could watch somebody sand for an hour. But you guys keep watching, I'll keep sanding. I'm always sanding. Any questions what I've got done so far? Now, most importantly, I sanded a couple strokes this way, lengthwise. That puts a flat in it. Don't do that. I did it because it was sticking up 1/16 of an inch, so 3/4 swipes, and it went away. But you'll notice I'm always rolling it over and around the corner. That gets you round. Otherwise you get flats. And flats don't look good. So it's got a flat right here. I can see real good. I want to keep sanding until that flat's gone. I broke it. And I broke it on the seam. And here's a little secret. The thicker the wood, the rounder you can make it. So if I only had a 1/2 inch, top block here instead of a 1-inch block, it would definitely be flat. So if you start with a 1-inch, is what I started with here, a 1-inch, and sanded it round and brought it down to 1/2 inch. Good morning. Yep, building seasons are starting again. You can't make a 1/2 inch block round 3 inches wide on top. It won't work. It has to be at least half as wide as it is, or half as tall as it is wide, in order to get round. So if this was 3.5 inches wide, I need 1.5 inch top block. If that makes sense. Now some people like flat tops. I don't think they look that good. Of course, I'm a 50s guy. I like round fendered cars, so if you're a Tesla guy, maybe you want flat, boxy stuff. I just don't think it looks very good. Now, I don't recommend this either unless you're experienced at sanding open-handed, because it ends up putting flats in it too. And I could theoretically put a flat in it, but I've been doing it a couple of days, so I got a pretty good idea where and how to sand. Today is the member-only molding video. So if you're not a paid subscriber or paid member, please hit the join button. $4.95 a month. I'm going to give a pretty detailed way I've been doing this the new way. I used to do single layer molding. I'm doing double layer molding now. And it's a lot stronger, and you don't get any starved horses in it. $180. 180 on one side, 40 grit on the other. I made up my mind whether I'm going to do a new bottom block or not. That old bottom block doesn't quite fit. It was for the other Gen 3 Junar. Now the high roller is a Gen 2 Junar. There's Gen 3. Gen 3 PA75. But it has a characteristic I don't like, and that's why we're going to try for Gen 4 the PA65. Less fuel, less weight, less pipe, less. And I may not like that. I may be stuck with Super Tigers. You know, there are some advantages to the pipe. There are some big disadvantages with the weight. Now, because I have motor offset, this line here should be longer and more swooping than this line. That's why I'm sanding on more on this side than the other side. Motor offset is your friend, no matter what anybody says. I run mine 0-0. Yeah, I see you duck and run on the overheads too. I don't duck. Yeah, you do. You're not watching yourself. That looks pretty good. Fair to middling. Now I gotta wait. There's still a crease there. That's because, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, there we go. That's because we don't quite have the shape of the spinner yet. If you look here, it needs to be moved back, the high spot way back here, and then of course it needs to be sanded all the way around. But I won't finish that off until I get the motor bolted in and the spinner put on, so that I can exactly get that shape. I mean, this is basically just roughed in here. I will grind on it with 40 some more, because that high spot's going to have to come way back here, all the way back here. this will all go away here. Like I say, it'll take 10 more sandings on the nose. Get it going that direction. Yeah, let's see how the cowl. Let's clean that up. There's a couple little spots right there that need some super fill added. Looking pretty good for roughing in. "11 minutes left on this session. Will I get it roughed in?" Still got the Magnum to finish. Shit, I got the Thunderbolt to finish, but I'm not going to finish that till I go back home. I'm going to take it back to St. Louis this next weekend. I have to hit that with the rotary. With the Dremel. There's too much of a flat here. I got to come in, round it up some more. But nothing is pressing, so yeah, we can just do it a little at a time till we get the shape we want. Yeah, like I say, I'm gonna have to use a Dremel on that, or else I'll get a dent. I'm already digging a hole here. Digging a hole. Where the hell is the Dremel? Oh well. Don't know what I've done with the Dremel. Anytime you transition from hard plywood to balsa wood, you're going to end up digging a little hole behind it. So if you take a Dremel and just stay right on the plywood, then you can blend the balsa wood into it. That's what I'm doing, is digging a hole. Show you that on the next video. Any questions, guys? I mean, or you guys just like to watch me sand? What I hope is that you guys are sanding along with me. Because it won't get done by itself. And if you wait to start building your Nats airplane, you'll never make it. If you'll notice, go back to my channel and go back to July and August threads. Throughout the last 8 years, I've always started an airplane the day after the Nats. Because that's how long it takes to get them ready. If this thing's ready to come out, hey, thank you, Skip. Yep, super chats really help. Appreciate it, Skip. I might have to. No, I got it. You don't want to be able to feel that cowl line. Now, of course, let me explain this to you. I can't feel the transition now in the cowl line, a little bit right there. However, that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. What happens is I put the fiberglass on the nose and the fiberglass on the cowl. That's all well and good. Then you put the dope on it and it starts moving and shrinking, and the heat and the moisture or whatever, they move. But it's best to make it as close as possible before you start putting that other shit on there. And there you have it. We've kind of roughed her in an hour. We kind of roughed her in an hour. Now this all needs to be done again, this area right here, because this gets removed and when it's put on the bench for alignment. So you got to leave a little bit, just to guess, 16th, 32nd to a 16th of an inch sanding room, so that when you cut this off, you glue the airplane together and glue this back on. You got a little meat left to sand and blend in. Like I say, it takes, this will be sanded 10 times before the airplane's done. This is just the rough shape. And it looks pretty good. pretty symmetrical. Let's see what the bottom looks like. This here probably could, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for the sanding video today. Later on this afternoon I'm going to do members only molding video, how to double stack mold. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple, but if you're not a paid subscriber you won't see it. So please consider joining, becoming a member like Craig and RC Fred, and I mean there's 50 of you guys, so at least 50 are interested in learning this craft. It's very easy to do if you know the tricks. Not rocket science, just hand-eye coordination and can you use tools. And which tool to use. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next reel. Fairwinds Tight Lines. See ya.